Together we'll conquer, no limits apply. Eclipse rising, shining so bright. With delusion leading, we'll conquer the night. Together we stand, in battles we fight. In dark Epoch, our future is right.
Alright, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am Delusions, and today we're stepping off into our arena finals. We've got 6 seconds here, so we'll go ahead and take a quick look. We've got myself versus Porter Bass and MJH versus Knight coming out of Atlans 7. So it's pretty much a server versus server matchup as we step into this right now. And without further ado, we are going to go ahead and honestly sit here and wait for a few minutes. There's no need in me rushing off in there and jumping straight into things. We could go ahead and wait a few extra minutes before we enter. Take a quick overview of what the account's looking like right now. Not too bad. Trying out a different build and didn't do as good as I wanted it to do in Chaos Castle earlier. But with that being said, I feel like this should be a very solid 1v1 build. And for anybody that's curious about it, feel free to reach out to me in the comments or shoot me a message on Discord. I'd be happy to help you out with your builds. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at some of the properties and the skills. Stepping into the attack side here, which is usually the second tree that I'll focus on putting together. But essentially, as you can see, we went through and we maxed out the attack tree as well as the defense tree, taking that defensive special property and then continuing all the way down. If you notice from my last build, I didn't focus too heavy off into picking up a lot of HP. That being said, because I'm going up against two other ENE DKs, both of which, again, have been putting a lot of effort into their accounts here lately. So I definitely don't want to give them any upper hand, especially feeding into some of their properties. Let's go ahead and check the time really quick. Still have about 3 minutes. So we'll go ahead and we'll take a quick look at some of these skills. Again, just playing around with this and then looking at some of what the community has been doing and trying to find something new. This will probably be going on build number 7 for this account, trying to pretty much go through and max out everything. If I don't receive a class change card before I roll into level 700s, once I do acquire that, I will go ahead and continue to max out some of the remaining skills here. Looks like we just have the 2, so another 2 months or so, and all of that will be maxed out completely, and I won't have to put any thought or anything into it. Soul skills coming out, in previous updates have just been making me wonder if we'll ever get to be able to use them, but unfortunately not. You can only get this thing to trigger just a few times going into Chaos Castle, but for anybody that's looking to become an ENE DK or a mini DK, if you're playing other classes, feel free to pick up this Thorn Barrier. It's got a lot to offer with it. Starting out just at base, you're reflecting 50% of the damage that you receive, up to 600% of your max attack. And then once you hit tier 4, you're pushing out 1,000% of your maximum attack damage. So even though it doesn't trigger often, it's really nice to have it. And with that, I guess we can go ahead and hop off in there just to see how things are going. Okay, semifinals. Yeah, I kind of threw a wrench in my plans. I was going to go through and get buffed up a little bit before stepping off into this fight, so I guess we're just going to roll up our sleeves and do it the old-fashioned way. Um, by that I mean we're going to go run in a corner and cry. Um, Pretty much, I've already gone through, taking what buffs I can. Don't know if we can stack multiple of these at any given time, but you can see the reflection in our stats here. We'll hop over to this side here, 765 into vitality, 635 into agility, and then just enough into strength to pick up our spells with 100 coming from the potion. But let's go ahead and face off against Mr. Porter Bass here. Let's see if we can't do something. Go ahead and pop our buffs, probably a little early. But getting past some of those stuns is some of the biggest troubles that we'll face. Just curious to see if this build lasts as long as I hoped it would. Not looking too great for us. As you can see, we just weren't able to hold out, so we may be going ahead and taking home a third or fourth place slot today. Hate to see it, but all comes down to the third place or third round here. I'm going to go ahead and try to get a buff going. Missed that first stun opportunity. But again, looks like we're going home, guys. Not to worry though. Can't win them all. Go ahead and give our congratulations to Porter. As we just figured out who was a little bit more prepared and who was not. But to give you an idea of how some of these things play out is Porter himself was 120 million CP to my 147 and a half. And just goes to show CP isn't everything, especially when you're going up against another ENEDK. The reflection damage is sometimes very overpowering. But let's go ahead and take a quick bid on who is going to take this spot here. I'm gonna go ahead and bet on Knight. I'm not having a very good show for right now. We got 2 minutes left. Would be nice to be able to figure out exactly what I did wrong and where I can improve. But I'm fine with not placing it all, if that's what it means to give everybody else another shot. There's a little overview of what Porter has going on here. Looks like he has got both of his ruined Archangel weapons. Could have potentially given him a little bit of an upper hand, considering I haven't invested too much into that yet. Um, no, he was lucky enough to pick himself up a new core piece, which is good to see, and he was able to get a new mount as well. Alright, going in, 16 seconds left. Let's see if we can win to my favorite class. So Knight here, VIP 13, E&E, Dark Lord. Such a strong class. Well, we're going to try to play this one a little bit different here. See, don't you just wish all matchups could go that smoothly? But then again, what comes around goes around with E&E Dark Lord, and once they are able to get those stuns in place, it's hard to really work any kind of numbers on them. But congratulations tonight. I'll be reaching out to him a little later on, but definitely want to participate and take a look at how this plays out. So we've got MJH over in Atlans 7. He's going to be VIP 12, if not a little bit higher at this point. 159 million versus Porter, who is roughly VIP 10, going into 11 here before too long, probably, with 120 million. Both of them having access to some of their core materials. I want to say MJH has his on his third, and then he should have another on his fifth. Okay, so seeing as I've seen Porter play live, I haven't seen MJH play. We're going to go ahead and give the benefit of the doubt. We're going to give it to MJH on this one, just because those core pieces, when you do have them, it is something else. Definitely turns the tide in some of these fights and can really put you over the top when it comes down to these 1v1 arena matches. We'll go ahead and congratulate Knight on a good fight. Mm, hate to let everybody down. 54,000 people, or 54,000 points to Porter's 2,328 points. Yeah, I'd really hate to put an upset like that. But I'm hoping that they're gonna let us watch this fight. Says it starts at 21:15, so we've got 2 more minutes to go. And in the meantime, you know what that means? We can go and steal this Chrysos boss. Might as well just go ahead and make a few wings while we're at it. Ah, never lucky. You know what? I'll take it. Looks like we might be missing out on this fight. Let's jump in from Porter's perspective. A little back and forth going. Neither side is going to budge on this. Looks like MJH's Phoenix has already procced. Porter's still holding strong on his HP. Looks like he's probably going to take that first round. Oh, never mind. I was wrong about the Phoenix. It's just those immortality settings on there that just really throw you off sometimes. That being said, looks like Porter is still coming through on top. It just goes to show a good build, it will take you a long ways. A little neck and neck there. Well, congratulations to Porter taking home first place and keeping that first place within Atlans 6. Congratulations. Not only am I poor at arena, I'm also poor at betting. That's why I stay away from casinos. But with that, everybody, hope you enjoyed the show. Sorry I didn't have more to provide for you. But with that, I am Delusions, and I am out.
So raise your sword high, let's claim our fame. With every boss fallen, we'll carve our name.